We have your consent.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Excellent.
It was
Ooh.
fun. All right. I like it.
That's the way to start a nice evening, is just get consent up front. What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Yes, here with God Hates Unicorns, and we're here with another round of bands and artists we like and support. That's nothing.
Start the beat.
We're here with another round of Start the Beat with Sykes. Woo! Today,
Love it.
the artist goodness God Hates Unicorns. That sentiment gets more and more farther from the truth every single episode, but we're gonna keep the name. Here with us, we have Bump in the Night Society.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Thank you. Hey, what's up, man?
We got
What's going
Sean
on?
and Phil and Troy, and I am so excited to have you guys on. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Oh my God. So we usually talk to bands and artists, but today's a little bit different. So what do you guys do?
Well, we used to be a team called Celestial Oddities. Now we're Bumping the Night Society. I've been doing paranormal investigating for years. I originally started the original group, and then we switched over, made this group. All three of us work for Scarehouse too. That's how we all know each other.
Yep.
Not everybody in the group works for Scarehouse, but us three, actually, that's how we all met.
Yep.
Excellent.
Exactly.
So
And,
you guys are paranormal investigators.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah. And I fell into it actually before I joined the team. I was a part of the Oakmont paranormal team. This is probably like 6 or 7 years ago with a girl that I was dating at the time. And, it didn't last too long. We weren't doing much stuff. So we kind of just like dropped it off. And then years ago, I think Sean actually posted something on Facebook of doing an investigation with this one team, Celestial Oddities. I made a comment on it. He's like, yeah, man, if you want to tag along with us, feel free. I'm like, well, sure. So then we went to the Anchorage Mansion. That's where it was in Marietta, Ohio. And then down the road, he advised me that one of the former members decided to split with the group. And, he was like, hey, we have a slot open. Would you like to join? I'm like, absolutely. So, and plus me and Sean became even closer the last couple of years from that very thing. And yeah, that's pretty much how that came about. It's pretty awesome.
That is awesome. And I feel like maybe we have viewers that don't know what paranormal investigators, what does that entail? Tell us about what it is you're out there doing.
A lot of it has to do with research. I mean, we go to different locations, find out what the history is, any type of activity that's going on. We usually do a lot of the bigger known places. So we have a little bit of a, plan of what's going to happen or whatever. We do house cleansings and stuff like that, and personal properties and everything. But yeah, we just try to go out and document stuff pretty much. And, we could be a little bit goofy in that too. We try to entertain people a little bit.
Yeah, that's what yeah, I know you guys are goofy, and that's why I love you guys. Yeah, tell me about cleansing the house.
My wife usually does the cleansings. Like I'll go in, like we had a case kind of in our neighborhood not too long ago, and it was a friend of mine. We went to her house. Her granddaughter kept like seeing stuff in the one room. And there was also stuff going on in the house. Like the one guy saw like a doppelganger or whatever, which is like another person that looks like yourself. So we went and like first I'll do an investigation, and depending on what it is, like if they want it out of the house, like that's when we'll do a cleansing. But I try to get some documentation before we do all that. And then my wife goes around, and she don't really do like sage or nothing. Like sage isn't really as effective as people think it is, and it's more Native American. If you're not Native American, you probably shouldn't even be doing it. She uses more like anointing oils and stuff like that. She was raised, well, her parents came up in like a Pentecostal church. They did a lot of like speaking in tongues and the stuff like that. So so she does all the blessings and stuff with that.
Wow.
Did you make sure that it wasn't a mirror?
Yeah.
What do you with the
doppelgangers?
The doppelganger.
Oh yeah. Well, it was down in the basement and there was no mirror down there. So.
Okay.
Well, I'll say interesting thing with sage. So with sage, not only is it supposed to be a spirit cleanser, but it also when you burn it, it will also eliminate germs and things in the air. So it actually does cleanse in multiple different ways. So even if it doesn't spiritually do it as much, it still makes your house cleaner in the.
See, I don't like the
sense.
smell
So,
of sage either.
Just
I
Me
think it's-
neither. Oh,
Can you smoke it?
I mean, she can smoke anything, I guess. I
technically,
remember
yeah, right?
back in the day when I was a teenager, we didn't have cigarettes. I used to smoke tea bags. Me and my friend would roll up the tea
I
bags.
wouldn't do that. I don't
Burn
know
the
why I
hell
can
out of
see
your
you
throat. I
doing
don't recommend it. But
that.
Oh man.
Sean, I can see you doing that too. I don't know why.
I can somehow see that as well. Yeah. I see him, the one in the corner of the round. Remember the kids that used to like snort the chopped up Smarties, That's what I see him doing. Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, the Smarties?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people do it all the time.
I
Really?
remember those.
Kids,
I
that was
remember
a little bit with your kids, like you crush them up in powder and then they would snort them. It's like a little.
Why? That's really dumb.
Oh Lord, what are you trying to
I've
say?
never done
Troy?
that.
I know I'm not the only one. I know I went to a very rural
No.
school,
It's
but
not
I
dumb
can't
that
be
you
the
did
only
it.
one.
It's experimentation.
And I
but
didn't
I
actually do it. It wasn't me that did it, but it was
Covering
there,
his own tracks, I
that
see.
was something that I thought a lot of kids did that.
we,
Well,
we
there
had
was
a,
one
we had a
time.
friend in high school or whatever that like anytime during lunch, we would just mix everything together and be like, we'll give you $1 to eat this. He would like eat the styrofoam tray
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything.
I would
Oh
eat
my
that stuff too. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
totally the eater of the mixed
Oh.
together.
I had a friend in college who snorted salt.
Yeah.
Like,
My thing is, I don't know. In high school, I just like did drugs.
Mm.
Damn, look at you.
So you were
All
boring.
right.
So-
Girl,
I know.
all right.
Like,
well, that's just funny. Like you like snorting Smarties. Like no, people are snorting like cleaners, like crystal meth and stuff.
I wasn't-
I think
I wasn't
I'd rather have a Smartie.
Yeah,
actually,
you're
I
right.
think
You're
I'd rather
right.
crush it.
I
You
was
are
in the
right.
middle of this too. I would say that my high school experience was not cleaners and crystal meth. It was not Smarties. It was in the middle. So
Ah.
that's why I turned out so wonderful.
Sweet tarts.
Oh,
Sweet tart.
I love sweet tarts. They're so good though. You got to admit, those things are delicious, man.
They are
Oh,
very
so
good.
good.
They are.
So good.
I mean,
Favorite color? I'm not
Blue.
gonna say flavor. I'm gonna say
Blue.
color.
Yeah,
the
I like
blue
I like
ones.
bottle caps
Yeah.
better. I think bottle caps are better. Like the
Everyone-
root beer,
everyone
the,
likes
the
favorite
cola
flavor,
kind.
yeah. Blue's better than everything. Gatorade,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
more,
Uh-huh.
sweet tarts. It's just,
sweet tarts.
Yeah.
Wait, the Smarties are the ones you can suck off the little candy part, and then you have that
Yes.
nasty thing afterwards.
it's like chalk.
Wow. Oh yeah. See, my
I
thing is
don't
with the bottle caps too. They remind me too much of Tums for some reason.
I like bottle
don't know why.
caps.
They do.
Tums
Yeah.
are good.
Tums are not bad. I've eaten those like candy before because they don't really
Yeah.
do
There's
anything
also
to me
those,
to help.
there's also the little pixie straws.
Pixie
Oh,
stick,
yeah.
Those,
Oh.
I can see you snorting. If you snort that, that's okay because
See,
it's already in a snort.
That's
already
for
ready to
that's
go.
for the heavy duder that's been doing it for a few months, man. They get the big old pixie straw.
Learn something new about you all the time, Troy.
I'm not the only weird one of the group.
Like sugar.
Now I'm curious. Like, I don't think I'm curious enough to try it, but like, do you get like a super sugar rush if you do it?
I don't think so. I think it just kind of burns your nose.
Oh,
That-
Yeah.
but you don't know for sure.
yeah, I don't know for sure. I honestly don't.
I've snorted a decongestant before,
Oh god.
and it was like very weird. It made like half your brain numb.
Oh,
Half
my
of your
God.
head was like numb
Oh wow.
for like 5 minutes. It was weird.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
It
Lord.
was like a big blue decongestant pill.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't.
Oh
Don't
no.
fucking
Oh
No.
no. Fuck no. Nope.
You have to put like a drug warning or something on this
There is
episode.
a joy to get drug warning on this interview. Do not fucking do that.
Or
Oh,
do.
that's so fucking
No.
funny.
That's okay.
No, you're not allowed.
That's
Oh
fine.
man.
God eats unicorn
I'm
says
still
no.
here.
Well, barely.
Still alive. I don't even know what the fuck we did it. It was. You know why we did it? It was
Was
blue.
it? Oh really?
Big
Oh, so
blue
specifically
pill.
because
Like,
of-
as you said, blue is the best.
it's an attractive color. It
Yeah,
really
it's
is,
like-
right? I was gonna
right.
say
Yeah.
your hair's blue. So
It's like Breaking Bad with the blue meth or whatever.
You're just like, oh,
Yeah.
blue.
amazing. Sean, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, what kinds of tools do you use to determine if there are ghosts about
Afoot.
afoot?
yes.
Phil, why don't you go first this time?
All right. We use spirit boxes, which I like to do, or I like to use rather. Mikey, our other member, he is huge into the spirit box. It's basically like a little device that cycles through all the radio stations, like at hyper speed, and then you ask certain questions, and you hope to get like words that are like kind of blurted out. And then you have the REM pod, which is like a little circle device with 4 lights on all the corners of the REM pod. And you place it anywhere, and whatever energy kind of goes by, it causes the lights to go off.
There's like an antenna on it, and if something would
Yep.
touch the antenna. Plus, it also
yeah.
measures temperature too.
Exactly.
Awesome.
All right, Sean, your turn.
I mean, we have digital recorders, regular video cameras, night vision cameras. We did have an Ovilus, an old team member used to have one. We don't have one currently though.
Right.
What's an ovulus?
It's like do you watch any of the ghost shows?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay,
Nice.
like when it'll spit out a random word or something, like
Yeah.
that's an Ovilus.
Okay.
Which they have apps in that too. I don't know if the apps work as good, but like the real ones are like 500 and up. They're expensive. We have a thermal camera. Troy just got a thermal camera.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
amazing. It's amazing. And
Yeah.
you could also use like a regular camcorder and your phone too, because some of us, me, are very cheap, and
So that-
it's especially when you're capturing photos, you might get something. So
We
just
have
all
like
depends.
EMF meters and that, which measure electromagnetic fields and temperature and even radiation. I think the one measures
Right.
different like light sensors, stuff like that.
That's so cool.
Heck yeah. Sean, what's the name of that one? The triangle one that has like.
Yeah, that's a flux, which
Yes,
the flux
thank you.
is like it has a red and a green, and you can set like different ranges, 3, 6, or 8 feet. I think it is.
I like
Anything
that one.
comes within the
Yep.
range of it. You're supposed to ask like, if you're a boy, can you light it green? If you're a girl, light it red, or yes and no questions. Like it's kind of cool because it'll interact with you.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
I also have, what's the energy booster that you use, Sean?
Oh, an EMF pump.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a couple of those too, which puts electromagnetic fields out, and it's supposed to build the energy off of that. Like actually, when we were at Pickle Jar Antiques recently, we put 2 EMF pumps under the table, played a game of cards because like somebody supposedly was cheating at a game of cards, trying to rile something up, and then we did table tipping after. Which I don't know if you know what table tipping is. It's like where you hold the table and it's supposed to move different ways or whatever. So
That
kind of
was
try to
crazy.
bump the energy up in the room.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was a cool part too, man. That night was amazing. Never saw that happen before too, with the whole like table thing and just actually witnessing it. You're like, it's
So
actually working.
what is happening with the table?
Well, what like light as a feather, stiff as a board is.
Yes.
Like where you hold the person up. It's kind of like that, but you do it with a table. Like we had 4 different people. Me and Mikey did it, and then we had 2 people that were just workers at the place with us. They wanted to do it with us. So you put like your fingers under the table. Everybody does it, and the best way to do it is have somebody else. Like Troy, I think you were the one asking the questions, right?
Was asked, yeah,
Yep.
pretty much.
So we have somebody who's not influencing the table asks the questions, and they'll be like, move it to the left or move it to the right or do this and that. And I don't know how well it translated on camera, but like us doing it, you could definitely tell, and them watching it live, you can definitely tell.
Yeah, we definitely had some feedback. So like it'll be lifted up in the air by all 4 people, and it would tilt to one side or the other according to what you would want answered. So it
That's
was
so cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
It was
pretty
awesome.
neat. Kind of a twist on a Ouija board, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Way. Yeah.
absolutely. Heck yeah.
Any
It was,
type of like, even like a spirit box and stuff like, I mean, it's all like ITC, like different inner communication, you're trying to communicate with
Right.
the spirit, and it's basically just another form to do it in.
exactly.
And honestly, there's a lot of equipment out there that we don't even have. And I mean, we're always looking at trying different things and having different
Mhm.
equipment. But, when you go out to a haunt for a night, it depends. I mean, it's always different as to what's going to work and what's not. They may be attracted to like they may like the light on the REM pod and they're working the REM pod really well. I think I'm kind of like Mikey in a sense that the spirit box always provides for us. Is the best way I could say it. There's still some times where I'm like, yeah, I'm a little skeptic, but there's so many things that come through that just you can't
Makes sense.
explain that are on
Yeah.
point. So, when you have somebody in a completely different room with their headphones on and their blindfolds, and they're answering your questions from a different room that's like right on point, and there's something there. They're it's just too intertwined. There's just no
Right.
way.
Yeah, we do a thing. It's called the Estes method, which we just call it channeling basically. But you put a blindfold on, you put noise canceling headphones on, you run the spirit box, and then say like the way we would usually do it is we'd have a baby monitor, put one person in the room, that way they can ask questions through the baby monitor, and then the rest of the team's all on the other side of the building, and they ask questions, and you can't hear them, but like you're answering, and they can pick up on we've done Facebook Lives and stuff like that too.
Oh yeah,
it's really good to work with Facebook Live with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we and it's funny how we mentioned Facebook, Live, because one of my good friends, Karma, we like to call her or the other member who isn't actually here, like present with us, and so she'll actually help us out as well too, like during like the spirit box sessions. And,
yeah, she's a psychic, and she lives like over in the UK.
Yeah.
She'll tell us like, I want you to ask this question to Sean or Mikey or whomever, and and it usually generates a response as well. It's really cool.
She was doing a lot of the stuff with the table tipping too, I think.
Yep,
wasn't she telling you?
She was.
Oh, yeah.
She's definitely a unique tool that we have.
Yeah,
for
she's
our
amazing.
Team. We all I think many of us have talked to her outside of the team and gotten readings from her, and she's amazing.
She is.
I mean,
awesome.
I don't believe in
very
90% psychics, but Karma's legit. Yeah, for sure.
Oh
I
yeah.
have to check her out. That sounds amazing.
She'll actually be here next year in March. She's coming for one of our friends' weddings, so we finally get to meet her in person.
Oh, nice.
So, yes. Yeah, I've been friends with her for like 5 years now. She's incredible. And you could her voice is just so radiant. You could just listen to her talk all day,
You can.
Yeah, exactly.
She could be cussing you out and you'd be like, oh, that's so lovely.
That's exactly right.
She's just amazing.
I know. She might like, stop talking me up, guys. I keep telling you this.
Oh, well, I'm so excited. Well, I can't wait to check it out on your pages and stuff. I want to hear her voice. Can I hear it on your podcast and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes
I
on.
don't know if she's in any recordings
think she
actually.
is.
You should
No,
record
she's-
it. If you have a voice like that, what do you do?
So she's very like, she's on our lives and she's there and she messages through, but she also keeps a kind of a private personality, on there as well. So, just as I think from her side, she just doesn't want to be bombarded.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
So, but she's wonderful. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very knowledgeable, very personable. She's just
She's hit on a lot of stuff with us too, like that we weren't recording earlier, like a couple different instances where we were leveling castle. I didn't hear it, but a couple people in our group were hearing the dogs barking and stuff earlier. And later on in that night when we were live, she was talking about the dogs, which she wouldn't have known anything about that. And there's been other stuff too, like actually at leveling 2, there was talks about some rape or something, which she didn't know about that ahead of time that was going on. There was supposedly like some history of that at the place. And she's just, I don't know, numerous things she's hit on that she wouldn't have known anything about.
she picked up at the pickle jar too.
Yeah.
Right?
The pickle jar.
Pickle jar,
She,
yeah.
we didn't-
yeah.
She didn't have much background there. We actually told her after she mentioned it
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
on there. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome. And I always end up feeling bad too, because like where she lives, it's 5 hours ahead of us. So if I were to call her at like 12 o'clock at night for something, it's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm just waking this poor lady up. But you
Who
don't
calls
know.
anybody at midnight, first of all? Because I am,
Well,
Well, Phil's a jagoff. So.
they're a nice
Yeah, right.
society.
There's many
They're
sides of Phil. There's drunken Phil, and you just don't know what you're gonna get at that.
Midnight Phil. coming
All right.
at you.
I like how that sounds.
I like that too. Midnight Phil. That's like what we're gonna
Midnight
call him.
Phil. Oh, yeah.
Sounds kind of hot.
Ooh.
Right?
So speaking of keeping it hot, I was talking to Phil about this. Something that I always think about with ghosts, and something that I've like read a little bit about.
She
and
wants to fuck
listened.
'em.
I'm interested. Can you fuck a ghost? Tell me about it. What's it called? And how do you do it?
Well, there's different spirits like incubus and succubus, which an incubus would be male, succubus would be female. There's supposedly ghosts that have sex with you, I guess.
I am not a succubus.
Pretty pretty sure.
I mean, we've never dealt with anything like that. At least I haven't. I don't know about them. But
I've woken up a few times in the middle of the night. I'm like, what the hell did I just do?
Phil's probably tried to do it. Yeah. I'm sure.
Hey, you know what? I'm the token single guy of the whole group, so I'd have nothing to.
You know, I think it would be more of a mind thing than it would be a. Yeah, I mean, I think they could get in your mind and maybe play around that away, but I don't know
why?
about, you know.
Why not? If they can tilt a table, why can't they tilt your?
Well, I mean, they can even like you can feel them, I guess. You know, like if something brushes by you or something like that. Like
You just want to get slimed.
I see. The problem I think would be is like I don't think it would last. You know, like it might just maybe it'll touch it or something, but I don't think it's gonna last like a long time.
I'm just thinking on, you know, if you do get touched by a ghost, it's usually a cold feeling. So I mean, it's not going to be arousing.
And then you're thinking like, did I just one pump chump this ghost here? What the
Oh yeah, you're all wet after. Like, what the fuck?
What happened?
That's exactly right.
Bill Murray from Ghostbusters. You know. When they,
Yes.
So
Phil wants to be slimed.
Happened in real life.
yeah.
Sure.
I've been slimed by a succubus.
I mean, really, I feel like, and I've heard stories. I feel like, you know, I think that ghosts, in my opinion, which I have no relevant opinion, but in my opinion, if they really want to do something, they can do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Absolutely.
including fuck you.
I think that's
Yes, we're gonna go on some expeditions with you guys in
Yes.
the future, and we're gonna try to get fucked by ghosts.
That'd be amazing. That would be fucking amazing.
Hey,
We're gonna try to
we'd be
lure them
happy to
away.
put you out there and see what happens.
Well, see, Mikey actually he didn't get fucked by a ghost, but we were in Hillview. He actually got tied up in the rape hallway because they were trying to provoke something. But and I think he might have got touched, but nothing obviously like that.
What? I'm sorry. What's the rape hallway?
It was in Hillview Manor. There was supposedly somebody that got raped, like a nurse that got raped in the hallway there.
But don't gloss over the rape
Hang on.
hallway.
Now. I do have to bring something up though. When we were at Monroe House,
Oh, what happened there? Uh-oh. Did I hear this
Mikey
story?
got touched at Monroe House in very
Ooh.
private areas.
Yeah, like on
So
yeah.
Son of a
Dummy
bitch.
on the
I guess
Tell me
that
when to go
answers
where
though,
he
would you fill it or not? So
Mm.
See, there you go. I
Yeah.
think that
We're not-
Mikey is the one that the ghosts
Yeah,
want.
let's go
I think
fuck
they.
some ghosts.
Let's
Hey.
go fuck some
Mikey,
ghosts.
Mikey has an attraction to spirits are attracted to him.
They ain't doing nothing better.
Yeah.
They're not, what? That's
Like,
the thing. Like,
just
what
fucking
are you
hanging out.
gonna do? You're hanging out the majority of the time. Go fuck
Right.
somebody.
Fuck yeah. Why not?
We can show up willing and able,
Hey.
and
We'll
then
make a sign.
and
Like,
make a sign.
this is
and,
okay.
this
Got to
is
sign a
you.
waiver.
Yeah, like, we'll figure out what to give consent, like spiritually.
Hey.
I don't want anyone to feel like they're gonna get in a rape hallway situation.
Yeah,
Can't rape the willing.
Interesting.
that's what. By the way, that's what I call my asshole.
The rape hallway.
Wait, I thought it was Camp. I thought it was Camp Willie. That's what was said before
Oh,
he
that's
said it.
amazing. Oh. Oh, that's amazing.
Woo!
That's absolutely amazing. I gotta go take a
See,
cool shower.
I
after
always
this.
felt like for that kind of scenario, I always felt like the prisons would be a good spot to try, like what you
Yeah.
guys are saying,
Yeah.
you know, to
Sure.
test that theory out.
Okay.
Sorry,
Ooh, you
we're
guys
still-
should come.
Go
What
in
day
naked.
is it that we're going? Actually, we can't. There's a cool. Our friends, the Sneaky Heat
We'll
Missiles.
DM you.
We'll DM you. They're doing a show at this abandoned prison that sounds so cool, and it's like not going to be like manned or like following you around. It's going to be like they're going to have airsoft and then do a show, and we can just like run around like crazy.
That's cool.
That's cool as hell.
We'll DM you with the details.
Okay.
Cool.
Please, that'd be amazing.
We're
Absolutely.
starting our new. Me and Jess are starting our new society called Fucking Night Society.
Fucking the Night Society.
Well, we were talking about making condoms for Bumping the Night Society.
Yeah.
So-
Good.
And I would make an instructional video on how to use the condom with the whole bumpy thing on. I'm
Uh,
not going to say a word. I'm just going to demonstrate. This is how you do it.
Can you get STD from the ghost?
Yeah, you get an STD from a ghost.
No, you cannot.
Okay.
I
Wow.
don't think you can.
That's why I want to fuck
Yeah.
them.
Can you
then.
can you give them one?
Don't look at me.
No, you're the one with them. So.
Oh, maybe I should rethink my whole plan here. But
I've been around. I'm not afraid to admit that. But
anyways,
And how would they know?
they wouldn't know. And
that's true.
who knows?
Well,
Anyway,
that would suck if they were like real itchy and they couldn't scratch it.
no, they
Like, it's like- That'd be horrible.
That would be terrible. It would be an eternity of itch, which
Oh,
is my
shit.
So
memoir.
maybe I will not fucking.
Should call that your next album, An Eternity of Itch.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Cannibal Corpse parody. Why?
The epitome of hell.
that is true hell. I
Yeah.
think an eternity of itch.
Like I got genital warts, but I can't do nothing about it. It's there.
Like, which is fine. I mean, the thing is, us as humans can do things about it, but
Mhm.
Here it
Yeah,
goes.
that's what you do.
Hey.
Go to the good
Shit.
pharmacist.
Yeah.
maybe there is one because I don't know. What's the craziest thing you guys saw?
Oh, I guess I'll start first. We had a few Portuguese moments. The one, actually, I'll start out with the one that Sean and I encountered. This was actually in Dead Man's Hollow with this one couple that we were investigating with Chris and Mary Conti.
Yeah,
They
Conti
were-
explorations, yeah.
Yep. And we were in the tunnel, and we were about, in the middle of this tunnel, and the place is littered with like broken pieces of like rock and cement. And the location that we were actually at, there was no airflow or anything. And I forget what instrument we were using. Was it the
We're
REM
using
pod? Or
that was an ovulus.
ovulus? Yeah.
Mhm.
We set it down on a piece of cement, and it was on there pretty good. There was no way it was going to slip
It was
off.
like wedged
And-
in between the two rocks.
Yep, exactly. And what we were talking with was a bit of a dick, let's just say that much. It was kind of being a little feisty with Mary. And then all of a sudden you just see the actual ovulus just slowly slide itself off and then just fall down on the ground. There was
So
no
like,
explanation.
yeah, like turned and like fell. Like Mary actually has it on camera.
Oh, she does.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it was cool. And that part, and Sean can totally tell you about the whole Loveland Castle situation. That
I
he
wouldn't say
actually-
that was the scariest thing for me. I've seen a
Oh,
possession
no.
before, so that's definitely the scariest thing.
Yeah,
I've
right,
seen.
right.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
at
yeah.
Bel Air House. I've told the story a million times, but I'll tell you
Do it again.
again. We were there like the first time I was there. This is with my old group. The first 2 nights, the first night we were there, nothing really happened at the house. And the second, during the daytime, me and this guy, Eddie, who was part of a different group that was with us, we're talking and we're like, oh, like, we don't even think this place is haunted. Nothing's happened. Later on in the day, he's using like a pendulum with a spirit board, and he's asking questions and everything. And he's like, use my energy, which is like one of the worst things you can say, especially with it. This place was known as like a demon place. Like you definitely shouldn't be saying it there. But so he's doing that, and I think he kind of provoked something from that. Earlier in the day, I wasn't with them, but there's people in the basement that claimed that they saw some like green light glowing down in the basement. And which I'll get back to that in a minute, because like later on something happened with that. But when we were in the living room doing the Estes thing with the headphones, blindfold. The one woman was in the center of the room, and we were asking her questions, and she's from PPI, Pittsburgh Paranormal Investigator. She's pretty good with that type of shit. So we were getting a lot of relevant answers from her. And then the old member that was part of our team, he was doing it. And the way the room was set up is there's like a couch here, and like a chair over here. I was sitting on this couch. The guy that got possessed was on this couch, and then the other guy was sitting like in front of the couch on the ground. So the guy's behind him, so you can't see what the hell's going on. We're asking questions and that, and Eddie, the guy that gets possessed, starts crying like hysterically, starts like humming, not responding to us. And we tell the other guy that's doing the thing, we like wake him up. We're like, yo, like something's going on behind you right now. So me and April, who's part of our team, we bring this dude outside, like we hold his hands or whatever, and we're just like, trying to talk to him and everything. And one of the reported things with this house is there supposedly was slaves and everything there. And he's like humming like a slave tune, like a wade in the water type thing or something like that, like something that's off character. And he's not responding to us. Vicky from PPI comes out, and like this goes back to the sage thing too, because she's out there with sage. She has white sage too, which white sage is supposed to be more powerful. She's out there saging him, and it ain't doing shit. He's just laughing at her. Actually, we go back inside, the one guy, which I don't really try to mention his name as much because we don't really have beef, but I just don't really want to give him no exposure. So the other guy, we go back in and he's really deep into the occult. Like he does like Luciferian, Satanism, all sorts of shit, but he knows his shit. Like he legit knows his shit. And he does all these different ceremonies and that. So basically have like a seance. We all gather around the table. We're all holding hands. We have candles lit. There's one big candle in the middle. And like, as he's doing this, like he's praying to the archangels and all this other stuff. And as he's doing it, like the camera in the middle is like flicking nonstop. And it eventually goes out. Me and April are holding Eddie's hand. And behind him, we hear "get out," like a voice says "get out." And then like Eddie keeps like saying shit. He's like, "Oh, it's coming up the steps. Like it's not a little girl," because there's supposedly this little girl that's supposed to be there, and they don't think it's an actual little girl. But like he's saying all this different shit, and it's coming up the steps, and it's in the basement, and it's over here and over there, and like we can't see anything. So the guy does a ceremony, and like after, like it seems like everything's gone. One of our other members who had a son that was in the group too was like, "Oh, you have to go upstairs and you have to go confront this thing and everything." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that," you know. And like it was like probably about 2 a.m. and Jen, my wife, she wasn't with us either that night, so she was at home. And I actually had to go to the bathroom. So I called her on the phone and I was like, "Yo, like, I ain't trying to go to the bathroom by myself." Like we had some crazy shit just happen. But nothing else ended up happening the rest of the night. But it was definitely the scariest thing I ever seen.
That's really scary. He was okay though?
Yeah, well, there's some weird shit too about that. Well, one thing is, even like when the seance thing was going on, you could tell everybody was scared, like just looking at everybody. Like no one's seen shit like this before. I don't know the Eddie dude that well, but like people that were in his group was like, "Yeah, he doesn't act like this." And another thing that's really weird about him is some of the spirits in the house are named James and Edwin, and his name is James. Eddie's his nickname. So like it coincided with his name, which is really weird. And another thing is like the next day he was still like out of it. And like I saw in his Facebook profile picture, like the next day, next week, he posted a picture with like black eyes, like demon eye. Like he photoshopped it, but it's like, why the fuck did you do that? Like you were just might have been possessed, and like I was so fucking weird, you know. But as far as I know, like he's okay now. I don't talk to him, dude.
Fuck him.
No, that's not the one we don't like.
Oh, this is the one we don't like. Okay, I'm sorry. This guy's cool.
Oh, man.
The other guy, fuck him.
Fuck that. But yeah.
Oh, man.
So tell us, what's your next event? How can people see you?
Troy, why don't you say?
Yes.
So August 13th, we're going to be at HillCon, which is going to be at Hillview Manor in PA. Newcastle, PA.
Yes.
Yeah, Newcastle.
Oh, I got it right. So yeah, it's gonna
That's a
be,
convention, not a
it's
investigation.
actually, yeah, it's a convention, but there's going to be I think there's 4 ghost teams that are going to be there.
Yeah.
Including the Hillview Manor team. They have a whole like array of people there as well. But there's going to be speakers there. There's going to be vendors.
Which one of the speakers is actually the dude I'm talking about that used to be part of us.
Oh shit.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
Unapologetically, fuck you still.
I'm gonna like. So should I wear my like referee shirt?
I don't really
How
have
dare you?
I don't really have beef with him like that. I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they're doing a lot of cool stuff during the day, and then I believe in the evening they're doing some tours. Definitely a place to check out. I mean, it's been on all the TV shows and everything. And I know that we just recently had some cool stuff. Actually, Jen had some cool stuff. Her and Sean were up there, and they had a pretty cool photo that can't be explained very well. So,
yes, that one's amazing.
Yeah, it kind of looks like there's something down the hallway watching her. So
Yeah, Jen was filming a TikTok. She loves filming TikToks. So she was filming a TikTok, and she didn't even notice it. She played the video back, and I was just watching it, and I was like, "What the fuck is that in the background?" And like you zoom in and it looks like a doctor figure. And if you zoom in, like it looks like his chest area, but there's a face on his chest. Mm-hmm. And another thing that's crazy about that hallway is like earlier in the night when we were in that hallway, we got these things called lucid headphones, which you put them on and they have amplifiers and you could like amplify all the sounds around you. when she was down in that hallway, somebody was laughing in her ear. So it's people have seen this doctor figure there before too.
Dr. Finger.
Yes.
Dr.
No, just a
Finger.
figure, not a finger.
I'm like, wait, what?
This finger is just staring.
I
Yeah.
can tell by your finger what your profession is, and that's
Red rum.
Dr. Finger.
Oh, that's so
Retail.
funny.
So yeah,
That's so cool.
that is our big one. As far as our the only thing I know that the team itself is, I believe it's in September or October, we're all gonna be going to Shawnee Lake.
Yes.
Yeah, like Shawnee.
Now I know, or Lake Shawnee, sorry. I know that the team has been there before.
I have
think
not.
you guys
Some of
went
us have.
last year. Some of us have and some of us haven't. So I have not, and it's one that is kind of on my bucket list. So
Well, one more thing about the convention though, which I told you off camera earlier. All 7 of us are actually going to be at this convention for the first time ever. So if anybody
Yes.
wants to come out and see all of us.
Even
That means
Dr.
you
Finger?
too.
Even Dr. Finger will be there. Oh my
That's
god.
my new name.
No,
I love
I'm
it,
not
I love
gonna
it.
do that. Absolutely.
I
Fucking
am now
not.
Dr. Finger.
Nope.
What's my name?
Joshua.
Dr. Finger.
Nope.
Dr.
No, it's fucking not. Anyways, guys,
Fucking Dr. Finger.
shut up. Thank you all so much for being here. This is so much fun. Bump in the Night Society, everybody. I'm going to put all the links to everything they have
And
down
we're,
below.
we're fucking nice society.
We're
Nice.
Bumping the Night Society. This is Bump in the Night Society.
Yes.
You need
Yes.
to
So we
check
own it a
them
little bump
out.
in the night.
This is
Yes.
Dr. Finger.
And there's a total of 7 of us. We have all different personalities, all craziness at all
Oh,
different
yeah.
age levels. So you gotta like one of us.
You
Oh,
got it.
absolutely.
Oh my God. You got to see. Wait till you see their
There's like
social
7
media.
fingers.
Get out of here. Leave your own home. But thank you all so much. Bump in the Night Society. Go check them out in person. Check them out on social media because
Down
they're
here.
so much fun. And yeah, let's all check them out and try to get fucked
Yeah.
by a ghost.
Good slime.
That would be hot.
Thank you all so much for being here. You're all amazing.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, dear.
And we'll see you very soon.
All right.
Awesome.
See you guys
Thank
later.
you.
Thank you. Woo.